The super typhoon Fung-wong struck the Philippines with devastating strength, unleashing torrential rains, violent winds, and storm surges that flooded entire towns. Thousands fled as rivers overflowed, trees fell, and widespread damage began across the eastern and northern regions. Signal number 5 warnings were raised in southeastern Luzon, including Catanduanes and parts of Camarines Norte and Sur. Metro Manila remained under signal number 3, preparing for strong winds and possible flooding as conditions rapidly worsened. Sustained winds reached 185 kilometers per hour, with gusts up to 230, tearing through power lines and rooftops. The storm's intensity made it one of the strongest systems to threaten the country this year.
Yun ako yung kamugtakan din sa gugon. Grabe yung gasuyog ng
Images from the Philippine Coast Guard showed residents carrying bags and children as they boarded trucks during evacuations. Entire families moved to schools and gymnasiums turned into shelters before the storm's full impact arrived.
Yan ang pikning bagyo.
Super Typhoon Fung-wong, locally called Uwan, lashed northeastern coasts, causing power outages and toppling trees. Emergency teams were deployed to restore electricity, clear blocked roads, and provide urgent assistance to isolated communities. The storm's enormous 1,600-kilometer-wide rain and wind band covered two-thirds of the archipelago, bringing relentless downpours while the nation was still reeling from Typhoon Kalmigi's deadly destruction earlier that same week. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. declared a state of emergency to accelerate relief and evacuation efforts. Military and police units were mobilized nationwide to rescue stranded residents and maintain order in severely affected regions. Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro Jr. warned residents in flood-prone and mountainous areas to evacuate immediately before Fung-wong unleashed its full power. He stressed that rescue operations become extremely difficult once flooding begins. More than 900,000 residents from high-risk provinces, including Bicol and Aurora, were relocated to temporary shelters. Mudflows from Mayon volcano added further hazards, sending debris and water streaming through low-lying villages overnight. In Quezon City, over 1,000 people, about 300 families, were moved from 6 barangays due to intense rainfall. Local authorities set up evacuation centers and distributed relief supplies as floodwaters began to rise.
Hangin. Matindi ano? Yeah. Ay.
In Virac, Catanduanes, seawater surged across the coastal boulevard as Uwan intensified, submerging houses and shops. Residents waded through knee-deep floods, while powerful waves crashed onto roads and damaged nearby structures. In Albay province, floodwaters mixed with volcanic mud and gravel poured from Mayan volcano into nearby communities. Emergency crews worked through the night clearing debris and rescuing stranded residents amid continuous rainfall. In Legazpi City, fierce gusts toppled trees and scattered debris across neighborhoods. One large tree crushed a parked tricycle, but no injuries were reported as authorities urged residents to remain indoors for safety.
Kasi po, balat yung kahoy talaga.